All right, hey everybody. There is Little Dude's faithful compadre, Giovanni Hill. I've got Giovanni Hill on the phone with me right now. How is everybody? So tonight we're going to be doing a little change of venue. As I stated, we've got an emergency. We've got to do a pet portrait live tonight, so that's what we're doing. So I'm going to bring that up for you. All right, so here we go. This is my beautiful grandson Giovanni. He needed me tonight, so we're going to do a pet portrait for him because he took a photo and sent it to me. And I could see, and he could see, because he has the same ability as I do. So we could both see where Little Dude was in the picture. So we're going to put him in there. So make sure if you're a first-time visitor, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. Let me know your first time. Let me know if you're a repeat visitor. That's always good to know. All right. So there he is. There's Little Dude. This is a representational picture of Little Dude. The intent is behind the picture, which is why the picture will work. This is our beloved Little Dude. Very much loved, very much cared about. So we are going to place Little Dude in the photo. So we're going to go over here and grab him. And we're going to see which way we need to put him in here. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and make him a little less visible. Scoot him up here where we're looking. So we know we got him a little smaller in there. And now we just kind of sit here and let's just observe a little bit. Oh, it's pretty good. So as you can see, what I've done is I just start making the picture a little less visible. That's usually the first thing. And then I go in here and just kind of start playing around with what position I see him in. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. Have to turn him just a little bit. So what's interesting is I've been learning a lot more about the intent behind a soul portrait. It's really, really important that gets to be noted because the intent definitely plays a part in what images we get that come across for us. So this is a pretty good representation right here. You can see where I changed it to the blend mode being multiply. And it went from normal to now multiply. So when I bring that fully in, it kind of makes it the dark representation of what was the light. So we can kind of get an idea where we need to position it if we just change this blend mode around a little bit. So, let's put them in there the right way. and blend them out. So one thing that I was teaching about earlier today is when you're doing soul portraits, if you spend a long time doing them, you'll want to take a little break and step away. There have been times that I've came back in to work on a soul portrait from taking a break and stepping away, and I've actually ended up turning the photo, flipping the photo. So sometimes where you see that it fits, you may need to flip a photo around. We never stretch and we never pull or push. We only just do sizes. We only reduce and do sizes. And that's very important to make sure is understood is that there is no manipulation as far as stretching and pulling the image to make it fit. What fits is what fits. So that eye is looking pretty good there. So this is more what it's about, is just kind of building up to where you feel like you can see the image lined up correctly. Now what'll happen, if it's lined up correctly, you're going to see a play in light. So you can kind of assume where it would be with that play in light. So we've actually got it going on with both eyes right now. So we'll look at those and fade out. If you look at each one individually, that's what it kind of takes. So we're just going to go ahead and focus on this eye right here for a minute. And we'll bring it in so you can see nice and bright what it is, what it looks like. And now we're going to go on and see if we can match up some other indicators like the nose area. So we're looking for differences in light is what it comes from. So I can zoom in on this. This is at 15, 18%. So this is 1,000, over 1,000% is, bigger than what the picture actually is. So when I go out and you can see his nose, when I come in here, I'm able to zoom so close that you can literally see different light patterns. So you can see how this is like this over here, a little darker. You can see how this has a play on the darker. You can see how it's lighter right in here a little bit. You can see a lot of lightness. You can see that's one thing that enables me, I believe, to be able to do the soul portraits is because I can see that light conflict that goes on, not conflict, but trade-off, inverted light. So that'll also help you be able to kind of line up a little bit if you're paying attention to that. So let me do a little bit of an adjustment. That's looking pretty good. What do you think, Giovanni? Is it looking good? Okay, I love the way that you can still see this ear right here. So that's it right there. So let's bring it back in. You can totally see the ear shape right here. That's another thing that's pretty amazing is how when you see like a divot there and a divot there and a divot and a raise and then a sink, when you go out of the picture, you literally can see that same pattern. So this is at 0 opacity. And one more time, I'm going to bring it back in so I can track it. So you can see what I was talking about, how you have like this over this way, then it raises up and goes this way. And it kind of has these little bumpy ridges in it. Does the swoop right there, swoop there, swoop there, swoop there, and then the ear. So when we concentrate on the ear and bring this down, you can still see the ear, you can see the bumpiness, you can see other things that happen that kind of map it out in the photo. So you can definitely see this dark line right here that lets you know it's round. Now let's look at this part of the photo right here. So in this part of the photo, what we have when we uncover that, so it's kind of mapping out where points are for us to keep us on track here. So we have this part of the photo, which ends up being this difference in the light. We have this part of the photo that ends up being the inside of the ear mapped out perfectly. Zoom in on that. So you can notice where other points of light, like this is dark right here. This is how Spirit will invert light also. So it's not exactly in the same spot, but what you can see is the whole area here that's mapped out. And that's at 100%. So when I bring that down, you can see where the picture actually comes into play. And so it's actually kind of marking the area out for me. So when we come back to the nose area and we see this dip in the light in the pink. So when you take that all the way out, you're still going to notice a variation in the color here between the light and the dark. And it just so happens to be at the right space between the eyes and where that marking is on Lil Dude. So that's at 0. So you'll notice this is in the actual picture. It's mapped out for you here. So that's what Spirit does. It lines the image up to where it makes it to where I can see it already. So when I see the picture, when I look at this picture, this is how the picture comes. And I would say I kind of see the picture about right, maybe about right there. So that's the way the picture is. And then that's how I actually see the picture. And it may even be up 1 from that. So I'm going to put this at a 3. So yeah, that looks about right there. So when I got this picture, immediately my eyes light up on this area right here. And so when I asked for the picture of Little Dude, and he sent it to me, and I got this picture, I immediately knew that that's what I literally saw in this area right here. Because I see it as that when I get the picture. My eyes immediately can see there's some kind of a formation here with ears and a pointy snout. Now that's the one thing about soul portraits that you have to learn to let go of where you want to see what you see in that picture. So this could look like a few different things. So you have to let go of where you think that you would see the hamster go. Because if that was the case, I would have made this hamster like I did at first. It's only human to try to match parts up that you see in the picture. And we may have just done it. Which is exactly how Soul Portraits works, by the way. So let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty close. So it's going to be probably... So we have to watch how far apart the eyes just got from where we see them. That makes a big difference. I'm trying to figure out, that's pretty interesting too, how this line that is literally that in the picture, oh, that's really close. See that, Giovanni? So you can see how we have this darkness around this eye. Let's check that. So see how it just got, the light just got played with in that area. So we do come into, the after vision. I speak about after vision a lot because it's a real thing. So even though when you first see this picture, you want little dude's nose to be straight down that way. I think they might have heard you. So this looks pretty good right here. You can definitely tell I'm mapping out of this eye where it landed. Can you see the inverted light? Same as over here. So we even have the little disruption in the picture of the nose colors. Those are mapped out by odd looking blocks where the picture literally shifts color and allows for that lighter spot in here. I see where a little improvement can be made. Make them a little tighter there. I think we're pretty on it though. So that's straighter than he was, Giovanni. Do you see that? Okay, now we still have to watch how our eyes are still spread pretty far apart. So we still have to accommodate for that. We don't want them to look odd coming into the picture. See how we see them at one spot there, and then they're down there? And this is really all you can do. You just keep playing with the image until you see where it fits exactly. It's not you forcing it to fit. It's literally, it has to be played around with, and you have to pay attention to background stuff. Okay, so now I want to point out, this is another thing that Spirit does also, because you can see where the literal picture is and where I've moved it. And so when I take that away, you can literally still see, or I can, where the picture is. So that's pretty interesting right here, how that matches up really well. Gives us a nice shadow play right there. I still feel like He may need to be just a little more situated. He kind of looks like Lion King right there. Simba. I kind of like this. I think this looks really good. So zoom back out. What you think, Giovanni? You think that's where he's at? Right. Giovanni's bed is almost all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, so now what I want to see is where you do your circle at, Giovanni. You see that? So this is where Giovanni made his heart. And when we first opened up the picture and started talking about where he saw, he said he felt like his nose came down. So he knew he didn't heart exactly where he saw. But I think that's pretty close, wouldn't you say, Seji? So that's pretty interesting. So, all right. Well, there you have it, Gigi. Well, I think we will be, and then we'll talk for a few more minutes again before I have to go. All right, everybody. We want to thank you for coming out to our live tonight. If you guys watch, go ahead and hashtag replay for us and let us know what you think in the comments. Okay, I'm going to have Gio write his YouTube channel in the comments, so you guys flip on over to his channel after this and give him a subscribe or a like on a couple of his videos. He does some really cool videos with his dad. So, oh. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, let us know in the comments what you guys thought about our pet portrait with Little Dude. It was a lot of fun. Did you have fun, Giovanni? Yes. He was so super excited. So it's great. It's awesome to be able to share this ability. He has the same ability. Tell him what, babe? Okay. Yep. There it is. I see it. It's Geo's World. I'm actually gonna. Well, it's okay. You don't need to discuss all that. So, anyways, there's Giovanni's channel. You can go follow him. He does some really cool experimental stuff with his dad. They're pretty big jokesters. So, all right, you guys, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the very next one. I'm actually going to show you guys a little preview of what we got coming up here. Let me bring the right folder up. So, we're going to be talking about this case, the Mia Zapita case. Let me just get this situated in here the right way. So this is our beloved Mia Zapita. We're going to be doing her soul portrait tomorrow. We've got a few other things in store. I'm going to be doing a couple pet portraits also. So we're going to get all that together, and we're going to be back on here tomorrow bright and early. So make sure you guys are watching. We're going to have Mia Zapita first, and you guys are going to absolutely be blown away by the Mia Zapita case. Very interesting, very interesting. I'll just show you. There's her murderer right there. He's now an old man still serving time, so that's good. So, all right, everybody, we'll have the Mia Zapita case coming up tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to do a couple soul portraits. I'm going to be doing a couple more of those membership videos. So make sure you guys jog on over to my Buy Me a Coffee, which, of course, mine isn't coffee. I don't drink coffee. Mine is buy me a strong cup of tea. That's what mine is. So jog on over there to buymeacoffee.com and check it out. I have a few posts up there now. I'm getting my membership area filled up with videos for my members to enjoy. So make sure you check it out. It's pretty cool. This is definitely a unique gift, a unique ability. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night.